Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining. I'll go ahead and get started. Just be respectful of everyone's time. It's 2 after 2 today. I don't even know what meeting number we're on, but this is for Logan Mason Recovery Oriented System of Care Council meeting. So let us, I don't want to assume everybody knows who everybody is. So if we could take the opportunity and share your name and maybe one thing you're looking forward to this weekend. How about that? I'm gonna try and do alphabetical order, maybe.
I'll go first. My name is Andrew Crouch. Since my name starts with the A, maybe we'll go alphabetically. We'll do that by first names. But I'm Andrew Crouch. I'm the Community Outreach for Family Guidance Center. Right now, I don't know if anybody else knows me or not. I'm currently working on the Hub and Spoke program. And Logan, Mason, Menard, Morgan, I gotta look at my map because sometimes I forget. Sangamon, Christian, and Adams County right now. So I'm kind of spread out a little bit, but I really enjoy it, doing a lot of good work out there, getting a lot of people services to these rural communities, which I really enjoy, because a lot of the times people forget about these rural towns and counties and and they need services just like any other place does, so it's been pretty cool. I'm currently getting into Macoupin County and Greene County as well. And I think I got to visit Montgomery County next week. So just kind of going over Central Illinois, guys, like I said, kind of bring just some services and stuff. I'm really looking forward to the Walk for Recovery this weekend. I picked up my t-shirt yesterday and it was really funny because when I went in there, he said, it looks like Barney puked in here or he threw up because there's so much purple in there, and I was like, that's what it's supposed to be. But I'm really looking forward to that. After this meeting, I got a tent, so I'm going to see if everything's together for that, for my booth and stuff, and getting all my tables and stuff together. So I'm not trying to scramble around Saturday morning trying to get my life together for it. So I'm trying to be more proactive now. But I'm really excited about your guys' walk and stuff like that. So, I've been inviting friends and other, Sangamon County, people in Sangamon County to come and support it. Talking in the recovery community, the 12-step programs and the groups and different things like that. So I kind of been endorsing it a lot so we can get a lot of people there for some support. So, but that's all I have.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today. And I'm excited that you're excited for this weekend. That's awesome. All right, Angie. So if you're just joining us, I'm asking everyone to introduce themselves and share with us something you're excited about for the weekend. So I'm trying to do alphabetical order, but my letters, so Angie, you want to go next?
Yep, Angie Stoltenberg with the Abraham Lincoln Memorial Hospital Community Health Collaborative. This weekend is not only the recovery walk, it's also the second to the last farmers market, and it is also a free showing of the Goonies outside at the Lincoln Park District. So I have lots of things going on.
It's a popular weekend. Awesome. That's a lot to be excited about. You can get food, go on a walk, watch a movie, all right, who's next? Brandon, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, hi, I'm Brandon. I'm 28 from Lincoln, recovering addict. So I like to be on here to share my opinion and because I know the addict's mind thought process. So, and now I'm recovering. I'm a business owner, Narcan provider, trying to give back to the community and do the right thing.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us. What is something you're excited about this weekend?
Something that I'm excited about this weekend. We got this recovery walk going on. I'm going to help participate in that and spread awareness. So I'm getting excited that the town's starting to realize that it's a problem and that we can help.
Awesome. I'm glad you're excited. Yep. I'm excited too. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, ma'am.
Brandy, are you available to introduce yourself?
Hello, yes, I am. My name is Brandy White, and I'm with the Center for Youth and Family Solutions. And actually, my family is having game night Friday night, like my extended family. So that's what I'm looking forward to this weekend.
That sounds fun. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us today. I appreciate it. All right, I see two Dons. Is it the same Don or are there two different Dons?
I don't know. Here's one right here.
Okay, go ahead, Don.
I'm Don Cabby. I'm administrator at Logan County Health Department and having friends over this weekend, so that'll be nice.
Awesome. Hopefully the weather will be pretty responsive.
I hope so.
Hot maybe, but okay.
Yeah.
Other Don, I see the
Yeah.
second Don. Go ahead.
Don Peasley, Logan County Coroner's Office, Peasley Funeral Home. Just got the invite from Kim, so I'm new to this. I just kind of read over this real quick, so I'm just looking forward to seeing what you guys have to provide.
Awesome. Well, thank you
What
for
we can do to
joining
help
us.
you guys.
Thank you for joining us today, Don. I truly appreciate it. And what's something you're excited about this weekend?
Just the beautiful weather, being able to be outside.
Agreed. Awesome. Okay. Somebody's got to help me out on my alphabetical order here. Who am I going with? Kevin. Kevin, would you like to go? I think you're still on mute.
Okay, I'm new to this.
No
I'm Kevin
problem.
Meager, lifelong resident of Lincoln, Logan County. Bringing to the table lived experience. I've had my struggles with substance abuse and now currently in recovery. And looking forward to the weekend, looking forward to the recovery walk, getting to meet people, share some of my experience, and try to break the stigmatism and show people that you don't have to be embarrassed that you have a problem. The only embarrassing thing is when we don't do something about it. So I hope to raise awareness this weekend. Thank you.
Awesome, Kevin. I'm so thankful you're able to help join us and help promote and be one of our speakers this weekend. We're really looking forward to it. So awesome. All right. My alphabetical order is off. Kim, would you like to go next?
I'm Kim Turner with Probation, Logan County Drug Court, and 11th Circuit Veterans Treatment Court. I am happy that Don was able to participate, Don Peasley, and good to see you, Kevin, for the first time. And I'm looking forward to the walk.
Well, thanks for joining us today, Kim. As always, appreciate your support. All right, who's next? Lynn, would you like to go next?
Sure. I'm Lynn Pettigo. I'm the Chief Probation Officer in Mason County. I've been here for 100 years. Really not 100, but a long time. And prior to that, I worked for Logan Mason Mental Health. And I enjoy supporting people in recovery and helping link people up with resources if they don't know where to go, whether it's professionally or personally. And I'm excited for the weather this weekend. And I'm also excited that I won't have to bake anything or decorate anything because I've spent every day in this office this week and every evening either decorating or baking cookies. So I'm looking forward to being outside, maybe going on the ride, motorcycle ride or something. So
Nice. And thank you, Lynn, for baking all the cookies that you were donating. We were excited to eat them and appreciate it. Awesome. All right, let's circle back. Allison, would you, we're just asking folks to introduce themselves and share something that they're excited about for this upcoming weekend.
Hey there. Let's see. I don't know. This is the first weekend I haven't had a softball game in it feels like 8 months. So I think I'm just maybe celebrating some freedom this weekend. I might do some laundry and have clean underwear by Monday. So super excited about that.
It's the little things. I appreciate that too.
Truly.
Sure. Well, thanks for joining us today, Allison. Randy, would you like to go next?
Sure, yeah. I'm Randy Wilson. I'm a community health specialist with Chestnut Health Systems. I primarily work on the Regional Leadership Center project in Logan, Mason, Menard, and Sangamon counties. And right now I'm helping out with the Logan Mason ROSC while 2 of our members are out on personal leave, hopefully getting them back soon. So we'll get the whole gang back together. This weekend, not so excited, stressed. We are closing on a house tomorrow. So I'm moving from the Chicago area down to Bloomington tomorrow. So my house is full of boxes and stress and everything, but exciting, but stressful.
You won't be able to attend the Lincoln Walk on Saturday, but you're available and we'll be at the Havana Walk the following on the 25th, right? So.
Correct. Yep. I've been planning all of it. Unfortunately, I can't make it. This was planned way long time ago, but we'll be at the Havana Walk.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Nadia Kuekamp. I am Associate Director of Community Health at Chestnut Health Systems, and I've had the privilege to work on a primary prevention grant serving Logan and Mason County for the last 10 plus years. And now I have the opportunity to work on a few different projects. And one is the recovery-oriented system of care for Logan and Mason County, which is very exciting, and it's a long time coming. I'm excited to really help connect the community, the resources, and build those bridges and connections for people with lived experience and even for community stakeholders as well. Something I'm looking forward to this weekend is the walk, and I'm still working out my personal logistics and how I'm going to get there, what I'm going to do, or that kind of thing. But that's okay. It'll still be a great time. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, and Randy's going to share. I always like to have a PowerPoint, something visual to guide our discussion a little bit. So some of you who have the opportunity to attend meetings multiple times before, this may be very familiar to you, and that is okay. But for someone who is new, let's just kind of go over a quick overview or a refresher of what is a ROSC. So ROSC is an acronym. It stands for Recovery-Oriented System of Care. And so the goals of a ROSC are help build community support and networking, whatever that support might look like. So we'll talk a little bit more about the community needs assessment that we just completed. We have a nice kind of a summarized executive summary to review today. But in that needs assessment, it's told us what are kind of the top priorities for Logan and Mason County. And so as a ROSC, we're going to take those needs and start to look at them and see what we can do to address them. So whether it might be housing after someone is coming out of treatment to provide, maybe it's Oxford House, something like that. If it is providing opportunities for employment, so that can look like working with employers locally to help build understanding and education around someone with lived experience and what it looks like to help provide support and infrastructure to get them hired and get them in a position where they can earn an income. Maybe it's education. So we'll kind of flush out the actual in details specific to Logan and Mason, but the overall concept of ROSC is building that network, that system of care, and what role everyone has a role, no matter what they're doing, and they're invaluable to have at the table. So it's helping everyone in the community find their role and ways to serve and coordinate with each other. So as I said, who's involved? Everybody. And what do we believe about recovery? Well, recovery, it happens in the community, and there's no one way to be in recovery. There's multiple pathways to recovery, and what recovery looks like to one person may be a little bit different to the next, but it is still working with that underlying respect and knowledge that we see the strides individuals are making. We're ready and able and willing to support them in their long-term recovery journey. All right, so next slide. I feel like I should click. So I was unable to attend part of the meeting last month. So Randy assigned you homework. So this is an opportunity, maybe if you had done your homework, you don't have to be a teacher's pet or anything like that, but if you'd like to share any thoughts that you may have had with the ask from last month to this month. So the question was, where do you want to focus your contributions to the ROSC Council? So is there something you personally are very passionate about that you are saying, pick me, I'd like to serve over here? That can be a rhetorical question right now, or if you've identified something and you want to report out, go ahead and let us know. So does anybody want to share?
This is Andrew. My contribution would be just for substance use disorder treatment services. I think Family Guidance Center right now would be able to kind of connect the community of Logan and Mason County with treatment services, whether it be residential, outpatient, whatever that might look like. Because right now, I mean, we've got like 4 female beds that are open right now. We got 5 male beds that are open right now. So I want you guys to be able to utilize Family Guidance Center as a residential treatment provider for you guys. And, you know, one of the good things, and I think that's a really good selling point for Family Guidance Center. It doesn't matter what kind of insurance you have. And I know a lot of the providers, that's the first thing they ask you is what kind of insurance you have. And with Family Guidance Center, we have a lot of federal contracts. So for individuals who don't have any insurance, who have just standard Medicaid or whatever that looks like, we like to target those individuals as well. So that's kind of a selling point for us is that you don't have to have private insurance or whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever, because insurance is always a barrier, it seems like, for people to get into treatment right now. The only thing that kind of, I see kind of a flaw in Family Guidance Center, and we're working on that right now, is detox, because we don't provide detox services here. So the individual would have to go to detox first before they could receive residential treatment services. And that's just in regards to opiates, alcohol, and benzos. And I know there's a lot more methamphetamine use in these rural communities, so we wouldn't have any barriers with that if the individual was using a stimulant. But like I said, those major ones like the alcohol, in case they have a history of seizures, I mean, you guys, know what's come of the real health risk are whenever an individual is detoxing from alcohol, benzos, and opiates. So we are working with New Visions right now. So that's who we refer a lot of our patients who are wanting residential services to, because we have a door-to-door service with them. So they know our policies, our protocols, and all that stuff. So we're working real close to New Visions in Shelbyville right now. So I just wanted to kind of let you guys know about that as well. And hopefully, I'm fingers crossed, I've talked to some of the higher aboves, and we're going to get a detox going here soon. We just had some new investors come that are for Family Guidance Center. I think they're wanting to invest in a detox through Family Guidance Center right now. So I'm really hoping for that, because if we can get a detox going on here, I think we'd be really ready to rock and roll, because that's something, really big that individuals are really wanting. So, but that's it. Like I said, that's what I'm interested in.
Thank you for sharing, Andrew.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Anyone else? Did anyone else do their homework you want to share?
Well, I'll just mention, of course, that the ALMH Community Health Collaborative, as part of our community needs assessment, which for the record is separate from the very specific substance needs assessment that the ROSC put together. We did also identify substance use as a high priority health need in the community. And so the link I would hope to play is with the hospital and with the hospital foundation that supports community health and those interventions that might contribute to decreasing substance use and increasing recovery opportunities.
Great, thank you, Angie. Anyone else want to share at this time?
I will.
Okay.
The Oxford House from up north reached out to me after Teresa talked to them. They were supposed to come to the walk, but they're not going to be able to come this weekend. They want to come and do a presentation. And so in the process of talking to them and getting that scheduled with our drug court, and obviously as part of this council. So that would be great if we could get them established here. The only other thing I have on, I'm going to start testing for fentanyl, and I hope to have that up and going by next week.
In-house?
Yes.
Wow, that's significant.
So that's my news.
Yeah.
I have an addendum if Kim's done. Was that it, Kim?
Yes.
I just also want to point out the fact that another need that was identified in the community health needs assessment that we did was mental health. And I think that's my passion that I would like to make sure I advocate for, that a lot of times it's mental health, it's depression, it's anxiety, it's trauma that leads to substance use. And so I want to make sure we can't forget mental health in this conversation.
Thank you for sharing. Yes.
I'll just go ahead. Oh, go ahead. I can wait.
All right, thank you. This is Brandon Morse. I think a good priority would be to focus on getting some kind of recovery homes here in Lincoln, because there's a lot of addiction here. So recovery homes and focus on mental health. I think that'd be two priorities as well.
Thank you. I'm trying to feverishly take notes as you all are talking as well. Thank you, Brandon.
Yeah.
Who else popped in? Don, was that you?
Yeah, as far as the health department goes, we have quite a lot of contact with the community. And so, I see us, especially our nursing staff, making a lot of referrals. So, once we have a good handle on all the resources that are available, our nurses can refer some of our clients. We also have a really good Facebook following. So any type of information anybody ever wants to post on our Facebook page. So we got literally thousands of Facebook followers. So that's another area we see ourselves helping. And then also I know we would like to get back into doing naloxone training. That's something we've done before, and that's something certainly we'd like to do again, is training people to administer naloxone.
Great, thank you. I have yet to get more information on this, but there has been a longstanding DOPP SWORD grant that has provided naloxone at no cost to a lot of counties. And it was just brought to my attention yesterday that the structure of distribution of that is changing. So I had a question out because right now it is 4 to 5 people that provide it across the state. And I think for Logan County, it's Human Service Center out of Peoria that is the provider of it. So I think it's becoming more decentralized, if you will. So I will wait to hear more information from my contact about that. But if somebody else has any insight as to how that's changing, feel free and share or get a hold of me, because I that was news to me as of yesterday. So, but that's a valuable contribution. Don, thank you for sharing that as well.
Yep. Thank you.
Anyone else would like to give us an update on your homework? Okay. There are opportunities, and by no means is there a grade or anything like that. This is, as we're working through, we've completed that needs assessment. Now we're transitioning to doing some of the work and some of that strategic planning. So this question is trying to help us focus, where is your individual passion and where do you feel like you want to make the contribution? Because there's a lot of different elephants to eat, so to speak. And so we don't want y'all getting full on just one elephant or expect to eat like 4 elephants. If you could focus on 1 or 2, that'd be great. So we'll continue to kind of ask this question, and you're not necessarily stuck to the commitment or an area of focus. If you mention it in September and things have changed and come, December, you want to work on something else, that's completely acceptable. It's just trying to gauge where what we want to take on first. And we're looking to be most effective by breaking into subcommittees. So we have our standing ROSC council meeting, but there's opportunity to break into having subcommittees that are solely focused on recovery housing. And so when we meet and we have a discussion, we're talking solely recovery housing and what that can look like and what does it mean for Logan, what does it mean for Mason, and that kind of a thing. So I'll stop harping on the homework. We'll keep moving forward. But thank you for those of you who shared and those of you who are still listening. So Randy, I'll let you take the lead on that. You've worked hard on the executive summary, so if you want to go with it.
Yeah. So I completed the executive summary, which is just a 1-page kind of overview of what our needs assessment came up with. So our needs assessment's about like a 20 to 30 page document that I sent out to everybody yesterday, I believe, that we submitted to the state on September 1st. So we worked on that, the ROSC team, Jeanette, Rachel, Nadia, me, Nell, as well as input from all community members. That was the result of the survey. So we could not have done that without input from all of you guys. So we really appreciate that. Let's see. So we'll have hard copies of the executive summary handing out at the recovery walk. I believe I also sent that to everybody yesterday. And if you want a hard copy for yourself, we can definitely drop that off. We're around in the communities a lot. This is kind of this is what it is. So I know it's probably a little bit small, but it'll be at the recovery walk. So just a brief overview of what the survey was, some of the most significant results that we found, as well as our priorities with the community. So these are kind of what our subcommittees might look like. As we said, like housing, education, treatment, job opportunities. And then along with that, we'll most likely have a subcommittee, kind of like a planning committee. So we are doing this recovery walk. So in the future, having a subcommittee to focus on that, if we want to do a candlelight vigil in the future, or really anything that the community identifies as something that would be important to them, we could plan it sooner than a month or two ahead of time, and then get more community involvement with that. As hopefully everyone has seen, we have the community resource mapping that Jeanette worked very hard on, available at masoncountyresources.org as well as logancountyresources.org. So for those, if you have any thing you want to add to that, there's a little link on those websites. Grace Irvin, who does the youth prevention education in Logan and Mason County, she kind of manages that. So if you want to add an event that's happening, if your organization does not have complete information, like you just added a new program or anything like that, we can definitely add that on, which is excellent. And then our next steps that we will be focusing on within the ROSC are focus groups, key person interviews, and then strategic planning. So we'll need help from all of you guys with all that as well. So again, these will be available at the recovery walk in hard copies, digitally, or we reach out and we can drop them off. Any questions on that? Okay, perfect. Okay. So as we've been talking about, September is National Recovery Month. So we are hosting 2 recovery walks. The recovery walk this coming Saturday, or 2 days from now, in Lincoln, from 1 to 3 p.m., as well as the one in Havana in Mason County next Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m. as well. So Nadia.
Just to kind of give a little background, what is Recovery Month? I had the opportunity, or was reminded, it's a celebration, right? So here's a little cake I found on the internet. I can't claim that I made it or anything like that, because I am not a baker like Lynn. But with that, Recovery Month gives the opportunity to celebrate folks with lived experience. It had originated, I think, from SAMHSA, or Substance Use Mental Health Services Administration, several years ago, I think 1989-ish. I don't know, don't put me on that. But the idea was to promote and support new evidence-based strategies that support recovery and recovery practices, recognizing emergence of strong and proud recovery community, and which I'm excited to say Logan and Mason is, and we're recognizing that by hosting these 2 walks that are coming up. But just, we are in great company across the nation in celebrating Recovery Month. Different communities are doing different things. And that's something, as Randy had mentioned, as we start to form these subcommittees and we have our passionate planners that want to take charge, it doesn't necessarily have to be a walk in future years, or it can be, and that could be something that's an annual thing. But for this time, as we celebrate Recovery Month, we are, what are we planning? So go ahead, and Randy has been helping facilitate the planning of this. So we'll share kind of, and a lot of you probably are already quite well familiar with what's happening, but we'll kind of refresh everyone. So as you have the opportunity to continue to promote up until Saturday, and even for next Saturday in Mason County, here's what we're planning to do. So go ahead, Randy.
Thank you. Yeah, so hopefully everyone has seen these posters around the community, shared them on Facebook, all that kind of thing. We've seen some really great people reaching out to me that we've never interacted with before, which is excellent, sending emails to me, asking how they can get involved, which is exactly what we want to have. People with lived experience, community members getting involved. That's our main target audience. The point of the walk is to remember those that we have lost, do a short walk. It's going to be less than a mile, so we're not exerting ourselves too much, especially in the heat this Saturday. Connect with others, and then celebrate recovery. So for the Lincoln Walk, It's all at Scully Park, and we're going to walk around the courthouse. So we're visible within the community. As I said, short walk, less than a mile. Walking is not required. So if Nadia is going, she does not have to walk with her crutches. We're asking everybody to wear purple. Some people have t-shirts that were made at Hot Frog Designs. Unfortunately, we do not have those available at the walk. There weren't the funds there to buy them and then get the money back later. So that's something we'll do in the future, in future walks. We'll have t-shirts there, but just wear any color, any purple you have. We'll have some bracelets for free there, lots of free little trinkets and everything that you can wear to show that you are celebrating recovery from addiction, mental health concerns, and life changes. The main motto of the walk is recovery can and does happen, which is what obviously we're all promoting. We should not have to use the rain date. I've been checking feverishly. The rain chance is like 5% right now. It's just going to be pretty hot. So dress accordingly for that. We'll have a tent set up, and then there are a fair amount of trees in the park, so we can go sit down. There'll be bottled water. We are getting, at the Lincoln Walk, some food donated by a local business, which is excellent, provided by ALMH Foundation. Thank you, Angie. Let's see. And then similar for the Havana Walk, that'll be at Riverfront Park, and we're going to walk also around the courthouse to increase visibility. And then for that one, we're just going to have some light snacks, so water, chips, and then Lynn's delicious cookies. So this is kind of a timeline. I've had multiple people ask kind of what's going on at the walk. So this is a loose timeline. It might not be followed to the T, because we all know that when you get to an event, sometimes things go wrong or, you know, something happens. So we ask people that have booths to set up, get there around 12:15 to 12:45, just so you can walk from your car to the main area, set up the booth, anything you have. 1 o'clock is when we're asking everybody, community members, to come, do a little bit of a meet and greet, get situated, all that kind of thing. And we are having 4 community members, people with lived experience, speaking at the walk, which we are so excited about. We have Samantha Martini, Laura Elliott, Nicole Tinker, and Kevin Meager. So they were not as involved. Some of them were not as involved in the ROSC prior to this. So I'm so excited to get them involved with the ROSC moving forward. They're very passionate about recovery. So we're so excited to have them on our team. We are going to have a moment of silence and speak out people's names that we may have lost, as well as Laura Elliott will do an inspirational poem, which will be excellent. And then the short walk. Music, we have a DJ that was for the Lincoln Walk. He was at the Juneteenth events. So he's well known in Lincoln, so he'll be there. And then for the Havana Walk, we have our own Grace Irvin will be our resident DJ. And then have Nicole telling her recovery story, Kevin Meager giving us a message of hope, and then hang out and mingle. And then throughout that time, there is some downtime to go around to the informational tables, mingle, talk to everybody, get to know the services that are available. And then maybe we can identify some areas that need to be filled in, which will help our ROSC planning efforts. Okay. So for Logan County, these are the informational booths that I currently have available. A couple people have not confirmed yet, but this is kind of our core list right now. If you're not on here and you did want to be included, please reach out to me. There is still time. You could even just show up the day of. It's not a hard and fast event. We're just asking people to bring their own tables. Since it is outside, we can't lug 25 tables ourselves. And then these are our booths for the Mason County Walk as well. So we have a wide variety of organizations involved. Some people are kind of traditionally within the recovery field, and others kind of give ancillary services like the food pantry. Obviously, you need food to live a fulfilling life. So they are definitely a part of our recovery journey. So we are having everybody be involved. Okay. Any questions about that I can answer?
And if you want to hear a few more details or figure out just last minute logistics, we will have one more meeting after this one to finalize all details for the walk as well. So you can message us in the chat, or Randy can put that link in the chat for you to kind of copy and join if you'd like to.
Yeah, definitely.
Randy, will you email me that itinerary, please? Miss Andrew, can you email me that itinerary that you just had out?
The timeline?
Yes.
Oh, yes, of course I can. Yep.
All right, so the next step, we're all about data collection and learning more, right, before we can start planning. So this is a complement to the large digital needs assessment that we just have completed. We are looking to conduct focus groups. I know we've mentioned it several times, but we didn't identify dates or times. And so in the month of October, we are looking to conduct 3 separate focus groups. The dates and times are posted here. And there'll be flyers at both recovery walks, along with an email pushed out to all y'all. And so the idea is to get 6 to 8 people per focus group. And it's someone who's been impacted by substance use disorder. So it might be a person with lived experience. It might be a family member, a loved one who has been impacted, or even a concerned community member. So it is wide open, recognizing we're doing it in a digital platform. So we'll be having a focus group via Zoom. So allowing for enough people to communicate, we're going to cap the number of participants to between 6 and 8. Not to say if we have a great outpouring of folks that want to participate, we'll open up some more dates into November as well. These are the initial 3. So if you know of someone, or if you personally would like to attend, we'll get you that link. We have it set up to where you register for it via Zoom. It gets sent to us. We then will confirm the date and time and send you the actual Zoom link to that meeting. Yeah. And then part of it is a recognition of each individual's time. You'll be given a $25 gift card as well. And there's opportunity to, if focus group and speaking in a group setting, like 6 to 8 people is not like your wheelhouse, we are more than happy to set up a key person interview as well. The whole ask in having these focus groups, recognizing we just did this large needs assessment, we have great amounts of data. Having the opportunity to sit with individuals, it helps answer the question why. It helps give us that qualitative data, if you will. It gives us more substance to the story, right? Because that's really where it's at. We need to hear from the community and what's really going on. And then we can see these numbers, but we need to know the why behind it as well. So this is something that's been a long time coming. I think, what was it, Kim, Angie, we talked about doing something like this 2015, I think. So I'm very excited to take the time to work through this as well. So I would look for this group to help recruit folks from the community, even if it's yourself, to participate in these. So more information to follow as well, but put that on your calendar. We try to identify dates and days that were different. So it could meet the needs of each individual. There's a weekend date, there's a lunch hour date, there's an evening date. So hopefully it could work in someone's schedule, one of these opportunities. So if you have any questions offline, you can reach out to Randy or myself, and I can help fill you in with that as well. And then I think the next is more, it's not homework. Oh, it is homework. Okay. So you're on the calendar, our next ROSC Council meeting is 21st at 2. We can recap and debrief about how the recovery walks went, the next steps, and how we want to move forward. Yes, nothing about us without us. Yes, for sure. Thanks, Angie. So the homework. We have an awesome document. I don't know if you like to read or not, but the charge is sit with the needs assessment. Take it home, could be your nighttime reading. Look it over. Let's hear your thoughts, your feedback. We can have the executive summary sent out too. So if you don't want to read the full 30-page document, at least become familiar with that 1-page document. And that'll really aid in our planning efforts moving forward. Can provide some updates on our focus groups and see how they complement the needs assessment, and yeah, help us answer the why as well. So if you have any questions, email Randy. Here's the point right now. Randy, did I miss anything?
That was good. So with that needs assessment, so that's why we want you all to read it, is our next deliverable is in March. So we do have a lot of time, and that's our strategic plan. So we really want community input on that, what you guys want to be accomplished through the ROSC, what you want to be done in your community. So if you can read that needs assessment or the executive summary and bring your ideas of the subcommittees you want to work on, or just general ideas, housing, education, prevention, whatever you would be passionate about, is what we want to know, because the strategic planning is a 3 to 5 year process. So it's really where our ROSC is heading in the future. So if we get that input now and that community, community involvement, it'll make it be that much more impactful for community members.
Thanks, Randy. Anyone have any questions? Thoughts, comments, feedback?
Well, I just want to let this group know that the ROSC is moving parallel with the Substance Use Prevention Coalition through the collaborative, and the strategic plan that you're working on is hopefully working parallel with the community health and implementation plan that the ALMH Community Health Collaborative is in the process of having go live on January 1 for the county. We have our own that starts October 1st, specific to the hospital, but I just want everyone here to recognize that we're all rowing the boat in the same direction. And if you hear, yes, there's this needs assessment and that needs assessment and this plan and that plan, but they are all intertwined. And so I want to make sure we all know that, because we tend to say the left hand never knows what the right hand's doing, but we are all collaborating, and that's not the case. So with us anyway, we can only control our area.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Thank you for bringing awareness to that, for sure. Anybody else?
So I had a question about the focus groups. I assume that you're going to have a navigator or something like that. I mean, how do we find out what we tell other people about that?
Yes, we have a flyer. I'll push out the flyer, and on that is a link that an individual can click on and register. The reason we want folks to register is that after they participate, 1, we know that they've participated, and 2, we have a place to mail their gift card to. Oh, and she's showing the focus group flyer. Okay. So it kind of gives a quick rundown and then the times. So we won't have to worry about transportation being a barrier. I guess we could troubleshoot tech if they're,
Do I have that?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
We just got it done yesterday.
Okay,
So,
okay.
Yeah, it'll be at the walk, but we will be sending it out in the next couple of days. Yes, for sure. Thank you. So yeah, we'll get that. And if you run across someone, maybe they want to participate, but they don't have the technology or anything like that, we'll work the logistics out and kind of try and figure that out as best as we can as well. So
Okay.
good question, Kim. Thank you. Anyone else have anything? Well then, thank you all for your time today. I look forward to hopefully hobbling around and meeting you on Saturday if I haven't already yet. Hopefully I'll be there. Anyways, and if you're not there on this Saturday, to be available at the Havana Walk on the 25th, that'd be great as well. Thank you all for your time today and your commitment to seeing our recovery community grow and be successful. So take care, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Thank you.
I know.